wives of the Prophet, Pbuh, in al-Baqi, as I would not like to be looked upon as better than I really am, by being buried near the Prophet. Volume 2, Book 23, number 475, narrated by Amr bin Maimun al-Audi. I saw Umar bin al-Khattab when he was stabbed, saying, "O Abdullah bin Umar, go to the mother of the believers Aisha and say, Umar bin al-Khattab sends his greetings to you, and request her to allow me to be buried with my companions." So Ibn Umar conveyed the message to Aisha. She said, "I had the idea of having this place for myself, but today I prefer him, Umar, to myself, and allow him to be buried there." When Abdullah bin Umar returned, Umar asked him, "What news do you have?" He replied, "O chief of the believers, she has allowed you to be buried there." On that, Umar said, "Nothing was more important to me than to be buried in that sacred place. So, when I expire, carry me there and pay my greetings to her, Aisha, and say, Umar bin al-Khattab asks permission, and if she gives permission, then bury me there, and if she does not, then take me to the graveyard of the Muslims. I do not think any person has more right for the caliphate than those with whom Allah's apostle, Pbuh, was always pleased till his death. And whoever is chosen by the people after me will be the caliph, and you people must listen to him and obey him." And then he mentioned the name of Uthman, Ali, Talha, Az-Zubair, Abdur Rahman bin Auf and Saad bin Abi Waqqas. By this time a young man from Ansar came and said, "O chief of the believers, be happy with Allah's glad tidings. The grade which you have in Islam is known to you. Then you became the caliph and you ruled with justice, and then you have been awarded martyrdom after all this." Umar replied, "O son of my brother, would that all that privileges will counterbalance my shortcomings, so that I neither lose nor gain anything. I recommend my successor to be good to the early emigrants and realize their rights and to protect their honor and sacred things. And I also recommend him to be good to the Ansar, who before them had homes in Medina and had adopted the faith. He should accept the good of the righteous among them, and should excuse their wrongdoers. I recommend him to abide by the rules and regulations concerning the dhimmis, protectees, of Allah and His Apostle, to fulfill their contracts completely and fight for them and not to tax overburden them beyond their capabilities." Volume 2, Book 23, number 476, narrated by Aisha the Prophet, Pbuh, said, "Don't abuse the dead because they have reached the result of what they forwarded." Volume 2, Book 23, number 477, narrated by Ibn Abbas. Abu Lahab, may Allah curse him, once said to the Prophet, Pbuh, "Perish you all the day." Then the divine inspiration came, "Perish the hands of Abi Lahab, and perish he." 111.1. Volume 2, Book 23, number 478, narrated by Ibn Abbas. Thy Prophet sent Mu'adh to Yemen and said, "Invite the people to testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and I am Allah's apostle, and if they obey you to do so, then teach them that Allah has enjoined on them 5 prayers in every day and night in 24 hours, and if they obey you to do so, then teach them that Allah has made it obligatory for them to pay the zakat from their property, and it is to be taken from the wealthy among them, and given to the poor." Volume 2, Book 23, number 479, narrated by Abu Ayyub. A man said to the Prophet, "Tell me of such a deed as will make me enter paradise." The people said, "What is the matter with him? What is the matter with him?" The Prophet said, "He has something to ask, what he needs greatly." The Prophet said, "In order to enter paradise, you should worship Allah and do not ascribe any partners to him, offer prayer perfectly, pay the zakat and keep good relations with your kith and kin." See Hadith Nun 12, Vol 8. Volume 2, Book 23, number 480, narrated by Abu Hurairah. A Bedouin came to the Prophet and said, "Tell me of such a deed as will make me enter paradise if I do it." The Prophet, Pbuh, said, "Worship Allah and worship none along with him, offer the 5 prescribed compulsory prayers perfectly, pay the compulsory zakat, and fast the month of Ramadan." The Bedouin said, "By him in whose hands my life is, I will not do more than this." When he, the Bedouin, left, the prophet said, "Whoever likes to see a man of paradise, then he may look at this man." Volume 2, Book 23, number 481, narrated by Abu Zur'a. From the Prophet the same as above. Volume 2, Book 23, number 482, narrated by Ibn Abbas. A delegation of the tribe of Abdul Qais came to the Prophet and said, "O Allah's Apostle, we are from the tribe of Rabia, and the infidels of the tribe of Mudar stands between us and you, so we cannot come to you except during the sacred months. Please order us to do something, religious deeds, which we may carry out and also invite to it our people whom we have left behind." The Prophet said, "I order you to do 4 things, and forbid you 4 others. I order you to have faith in Allah, and confess that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah." And the Prophet gestured with his hand like this, that is 1 knot, and to offer prayers perfectly, and to pay the zakat, and to pay 1/5 of the booty in Allah's cause, and I forbid you to use duba, hantam, nakir, and muzafat. All these are the names of utensils used for preparing alcoholic drinks. Volume 2, Book 23, number 483, narrated by Abu Huraira. When Allah's Apostle died, and Abu Bakr became the caliph, some Arabs renegade, reverted to disbelief. Abu Bakr decided to declare war against them. Umar said to Abu Bakr, "How can you fight with these people, although Allah's Apostle said, 'I have been ordered by Allah to fight the people till they say, none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and whoever said it then, he will save his life and property from me, except on trespassing the law, rights and conditions for which he will be punished justly, and his accounts will be with Allah.'" Abu Bakr said, "By Allah, I will fight those who differentiate between the prayer and the zakat, as zakat is the compulsory right to be taken from the property according to Allah's orders, by Allah. If they refuse to pay me even a she-kid which they used to pay at the time of Allah's Apostle, I would fight with them for withholding it." Then Umar said, "By Allah, it was nothing, but Allah opened Abu Bakr's chest towards the decision to fight, and I came to know that his decision was right." The role of the community in supporting the bereaved family extends beyond the funeral rites. Islam emphasizes the importance of offering condolences, providing practical assistance, and being present for those experiencing loss. Visiting the grieving family, offering words of comfort, and sharing in their grief is an essential aspect of Islamic tradition. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The right of a Muslim upon another Muslim is 5. Returning the greeting of peace, visiting the sick, following funeral processions, accepting invitations and saying, Yarhamukallah, may Allah have mercy on you, to one who sneezes, Sahih Bukhari 1240, offering practical help, such as preparing meals, running errands, or caring for children, can alleviate the burden on the grieving family, allowing them to focus on their emotional well-being. This practical support is a tangible expression of love, compassion, and solidarity within the Muslim community. Moreover, the community should continue to remember the deceased in their prayers, asking Allah to grant them peace, forgiveness, and a place in paradise. This ongoing support provides comfort to the bereaved and strengthens the bonds of community. In times of loss, the Muslim community is expected to come together as one, offering solace, support, and strength to those experiencing grief. It is through this collective empathy and compassion that we truly embody the spirit of Islamic brotherhood and sisterhood.